Have you ever wondered why one of your parents has a unique physical trait but you do not? Well, this question can be answered simply by knowing you and your parents' genotype and phenotype. This is Japit Josh Al Kutmaya. Join me as we venture into the world of genotype and phenotype, the bonds of family. Genotype. Genotype is an organism's genetic composition, or most commonly depicted as an organism's genetic makeup, while phenotype is an observable physical trait of an organism, which is a result of its genotype. Now that you know what genotype and phenotype is, let us now answer the previous question. But before that, we must know what unique trait that one of your parents has that you do not. For example, your mother has curly hair, your father does not, and you, their offspring, also does not have curly hair. This means that the allele in the chromosome that codes for the unique characteristic of your hair, whether curly or straight, is homozygous recessive. Now before I answer why, let us first learn what a chromosome and an allele is. Chromosome. It is made up of DNA strands and it is located in the nucleus of a cell. There are 46 chromosomes in the human body. You get 23 from each parent and these form 23 pairs. While allele is located in the gene locus of a chromosome and a pair of alleles code for a unique trait, or in our current example, curly hair. The allele can either be dominant or recessive. The dominant allele being the allele that carries a trait and is usually represented by a capital letter, while the recessive allele is the allele that does not carry a trait and is represented by a lowercase letter. The reason why you are homozygous recessive is because both of your alleles are recessive. However, when both alleles are dominant, it is called homozygous dominant. Now, how did I determine that you are homozygous recessive? Well, this can be explained by the fact that since your mother has curly hair, we can determine that she is either homozygous dominant, represented by 2 capital C's, or heterozygous, represented by 1 capital C and 1 lowercase c. Now keep in mind that to inherit a trait, you only need 1 dominant allele, and since you don't have curly hair, we can eliminate the possibility that your mother is homozygous dominant. Why? Because it is impossible for you to not have curly hair when only one of your parents has a recessive allele. Now, your father's case is much simpler than your mother's case. As he doesn't have curly hair, we can state that he is homozygous recessive, which means that he doesn't have curly hair. Finally, it is time to determine your genotype. Let us illustrate the process. We have to put the genotypes and phenotypes of the parents side by side and give you a recessive allele from your father, as it is the only type of allele you can inherit from your father. And now, let us determine what allele you inherited from your mother. The answer to this is quite simple. As you do not have curly hair, we can state that the allele you got from your mother is a recessive allele, and in conclusion, your genotype is homozygous recessive. Always remember that you are born with a unique trait, so embrace and celebrate your individuality.